The Speaker's gavel fell, ending a day of chaos in the House chamber. The final tally, 219 to 213. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, H.R. 1, had passed by a razor-thin margin. The Republican majority, holding onto a single-vote edge, pushed their signature bill through. This was a moment of survival for the party. The group appeared fractured and battered, struggling to maintain unity. The air was thick with tension, with camaraderie giving way to grim stares and whispered arguments. This was a public brawl for the soul of the GOP, broadcast live for all to see. The narrow victory reflected a party under immense pressure, held together by threats and donor ultimatums. The week's chaos revealed deep fractures within the party, leaving only forced smiles and hollow statements behind. For the public, the message was clear. This was a high-stakes hostage negotiation, not a deliberative process. The 219-213 vote became a scoreboard in a game with no rules. The bill was now law, and the scars on the party and the institution were unmistakable. The fight for H.R. 1 left the House and the GOP deeply wounded. Before the chaos, there was the bill itself, H.R. 1, a sprawling wish list of conservative priorities. Its centerpiece was a massive extension of the 2017 Trump tax cuts, heavily favoring corporations and the wealthy. The bill included tax relief for workers by eliminating federal taxes on tips and overtime, but the real cost was hidden. The bill slashed $700 billion from Medicaid and SNAP, gutting healthcare and food security for millions. It eliminated all clean energy funding and shifted support back to fossil fuels. The Congressional Budget Office projected H.R. 1 would add up to $4 trillion to the deficit by 2034. To cover it, the bill raised the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, creating a blueprint for unprecedented debt. It also allocated $175 billion for border security and expanded deportations, fulfilling a core campaign promise. H.R. 1 combined tax cuts, social spending cuts, and border crackdowns, all financed by mountains of new debt. The bill's enormous scale set the stage for a conflict focused on power rather than policy. The fiscal recklessness shocked even some conservatives. This approach abandoned fiscal responsibility and became a gamble with the nation's future. The first sign of collapse came during the procedural vote to set debate rules, a step usually taken for granted. On July 2nd, 5 Republicans broke ranks, joining Democrats to block the motion. The House floor froze, paralyzed for 7 hours in a spectacle of dysfunction. Speaker Johnson's whip team scrambled, their authority evaporating as they pleaded with defectors in full view of the cameras. The chamber became a pressure cooker, every gesture scrutinized, every conversation loaded. The rebels were voting against the rule to show their power in a one-vote majority. The standoff revealed the weakness of party discipline and highlighted the influence of a small faction. The procedural vote became the main event, a public display of GOP division. The rebellion focused on power, serving as a warning for what was to come. The House's paralysis was a preview of the chaos ahead. The House chaos was fueled by a digital onslaught from Elon Musk, the GOP's biggest donor. 2 days before the vote, Musk blasted H.R. 1 as a debt bomb on X, threatening to fund primary challenges against any Republican who supported it. His post went viral, sending shockwaves through the party. This was a public declaration of war on GOP leadership, not something hidden behind closed doors. Musk, who'd poured nearly $300 million into the party, demanded complete ideological alignment from Republicans and rejected compromise. As the procedural vote faltered, Musk doubled down, publicly praising defectors and signaling his support. He threatened to form a new America Party if the bill passed, a nuclear option that would split the right. Musk's intervention made the vote a test of loyalty to him instead of the speaker. The message to lawmakers was clear: defy Musk, and your career is at risk. The Billionaires' ultimatum changed the game and reshaped the party. As Musk's pressure mounted, Donald Trump entered the fray, furious at the rebellion. On Truth Social, Trump had attacked Representative Thomas Massie, branding him not MAGA and a traitor. A Trump PAC launched a $1 million ad blitz against Massie, and Trump floated a primary challenger. The fight for H.R. 1 became a public loyalty test between Trump and Musk. Massie, caught in the crossfire, flipped his vote to no under Musk's pressure, framing it as a stand for principle. With Musk's backing, Massie gambled he could survive Trump's wrath. The clash became a proxy war for control of the GOP. Trump demanded loyalty, Musk demanded ideological purity. Lawmakers were forced to choose sides in a battle driven by egos. The real dividing line was all about power. The spectacle revealed a party split between two titans, each determined to bend it to their will. The GOP's internal war was now live for all to see. The consequences would be lasting. While Trump and Musk battled online, Speaker Johnson's whip team fought chaos on the House floor. With their authority lost, they pleaded and bargained with defectors in a desperate scramble. The crisis peaked when Representative Brian Fitzpatrick, a moderate, cast a no vote and then vanished from the chamber, unreachable even to his staff. His disappearance showed members faced an impossible choice: either defy Musk or defy Trump. Fitzpatrick's flight was a silent protest against the toxic pressure. In the end, only frantic horse trading salvaged the vote. The bill passed, and the process exposed the whip team's loyalty and the party's doubts. The cost was public humiliation and a shattered sense of democracy. After the 219-213 vote, there was no celebration, just a sense of quiet resolve and a few uncertain glances among Republicans. The battle for H.R. 1 shifted the party's power dynamics. Musk's public statements and Trump's intensity prompted private conversations and new alliances. Some Republicans were hesitant, but after a series of confidential talks, most were persuaded to support the bill. The bill's passage was the result of behind-the-scenes negotiations and strategic persuasion. Public support for the bill wavered, and reactions from both parties were mixed and cautious. The House moved forward, its members reflecting on the unusual path the bill had taken. H.R. 1's passage advanced a focused agenda, shaped by private Republican deliberations. The story was one of secretive late-night strategy and last-minute decisions behind the bill's approval. The bill passed, its journey marked by mystery and the quiet, secretive cult-like unity of Republican ranks.